the price of solar power has gotten so cheap now that Egypt is going to build the world's largest solar park. Egypt, like many countries, especially those in the Middle East, has been powering their nation by very inexpensive fossil fuels. And they're beginning to realize that they have another resource, an actually cleaner natural resource, which is abundant sunshine in the Middle East and that part of the world. So I'll just read you the article about that was in the goodnewsnetwork.org and just showing why clean energy is so doable. And the numbers just keep adding up that it makes more sense. And fossil fuel knows this. That's why they keep trying to cut the price of oil and limit it and all this other stuff. But here is what is going to happen. The Benban solar park is expected to generate between 1.6 to 2.0 gigawatts of solar power by the middle of 2019. And it will be the largest, it's beginning construction. When it's finished, it will be the largest solar park in the world. For years, Egypt has depended largely on inexpensive fossil fuels for its energy needs. Due to the falling prices of solar panel components, however, the country hopes to generate at least 20% of their energy needs from sustainable sources by 2022. That's only 4 years away. See how quickly this can happen? It's when whole countries just say, we're going to do this. And I've talked about this in other Pakistan going to electric cars, the UK, other countries are doing this. The state of California has committed a bunch of money to electric cars and increasing the charging infrastructure. All this is doable. I've talked about hydrogen cars in the future too. I've talked about it in the past, and in the future, hydrogen, the biggest hurdle for hydrogen is infrastructure, in fueling infrastructure. It's all doable. The money's there. Everyone acts like, at least on the right or the fossil fuel people, they always say like, oh, it's some futuristic sci-fi thing way down the road. No, it's here. The technology's here, and the cost of it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. You know, because I've said this before, and I will say it again, green energy is not a natural resource. It's a technology. So with the technology, everything becomes cheaper, smaller, faster. That's what every technology. I'm talking to you on a phone that is more powerful than the computer that put men on the moon in 1969, right? And that computer was less powerful than this phone that I'm talking to you on, and it took up a massive room, right? So that's the thing with technology, is there's so many solutions out there, and that's why here in America, you might say, well, look, Trump is in the White House and all of his cabinet is filled with climate change deniers, but that's where you have a lot of power on the local level. Get your local city, get your local government, and in the inconvenient sequel, Al Gore goes to this very small town in Texas, very red, in the reddest county of the reddest state, and the mayor is like, you can tell he doesn't like agree or like Al Gore's politics, like most of it, but he says, Al Gore just says, why are you doing this? And he goes, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Then the guy takes a photo with him and Al Gore in front of the Republican headquarters in that town. But the guy it just makes sense. The dollars add up. It's cheaper. It's better. If it's better for Egypt, it can work anywhere. You know, living in the western part of the U.S., and I've driven a lot across the west and the southwest, there's this massive desert. We could build solar farms, but also solar should just be on every roof, in my opinion. Everything that sits in the sun for anything more than 6-7 hours a day should be creating energy out of it. The project in Egypt is currently built on a 14.3 square mile plot of land that will host 32 different power plants near Aswan, according to the IFC. This project will help Egypt tap into its massive potential for solar energy and scale back the use of expensive and polluting fossil fuels. That's especially important with the specter of climate change looming. So guys, these are the little stories I like talking about because I'm showing you several things. One, it's possible. It's not all bad news coming out. And how you can support this on your little local levels. When you get behind progressive candidates, real progressive candidates that are for clean energy, you show these numbers. And this is the thing, your businesses, the schools, the religious organizations, the clubs you belong in, start there. You know, you belong to your local Y, see if they'll put solar panels on the roof. Your homeowners association at your condo complex, your business, whatever, man. You know, many of you live like out in the country. Get your home self-sustaining. It's very doable. And when we start voting for and petitioning and getting lawmakers in there that support this kind of stuff, then it can happen on a mass scale like what Egypt is doing. So thank you for watching the show, and thank you all for being political vigilantes.